That's not a knife. Now that's a knife.
What for?
He's got a knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Hey, what is up, beer friends? This is Beer Detour. I am your host, Miguel Brambila. Welcome back to another episode, guys. Today, we have something imported. Well, kind of imported. You'll see what it is. Let's do this, guys. So, talk about a shrimp on the Barbie, right? All right, enough with the bad Australian sayings, guys.
That's right.
This is Foster's, Australia's famous beer brand lager. So look at this bad boy here. The reason I picked this up for today's episode is because as I was scouting out different IPAs, weird, bizarre IPAs, pilsners, stouts, everything in between with the finest malts, the best hops from around the world or here in the Yakima Valley, I looked far and wide, and as I was searching, everywhere I kept going, I kept seeing this can here. Every grocery store, every liquor store, every gas station probably has one of these. You've probably passed it by and never even looked twice, like I did. I've never tried this. I've always seen the can, but it's always been kind of bizarre, and I didn't want to try it just because I wasn't familiar. But then I thought, what better way to showcase what this episode, this whole channel is about than to try out something that is everywhere but nobody tries it. Well, at least people that I know, but if you have tried it, good on you, mate. In any case, today I thought it'd be cool to try out and showcase Foster's. Now, this is labeled as Australia's famous beer brand. A little bit of backstory from Foster's here. Foster's is known internationally as the quintessential Australian beer brand. However, it is curiously less popular in its homeland than it is around the world. Foster was created by two Americans who arrived in Melbourne, Australia from New York in 1886. So I thought when I picked this up, because I seen it everywhere, this was like the Budweiser of Australia, right? Everybody thinks Budweiser, US, and maybe Foster's Australia. But I guess in Australia, according to the articles I've seen, it's not so popular. Maybe it's because it's very old. 1888 to 1907 was the original Foster's brewery. Now, this is not too heavy. It does have an ABV, or alcohol by volume, of 5%, which is sort of a low-end IPA there. The reason I said this was kind of a sort of imported beer is because originally it was brewed and the ingredients and the recipe for this beer was from Australia. Now it's brewed in the US out of Texas. So I wonder if it's gonna taste the same as back in the day. Probably not, but we'll give this a shot. I am very curious. It is a lager. Just very curious about this can because, like I said, this is something that stands out, but it's not very practical. I mean, look how wide this thing is. I think the marketing team was like, let's make something that's gonna stand out, that's gonna be eye-catching. Once you buy it, then it's up to you what you do with the beer. Because if you think about it, it's not very practical. I mean, it doesn't fit almost anywhere. You can't take it anywhere with you. And if you open this up, you gotta drink it within like 2 minutes. It's gonna get hot right away. So I think this is more on the marketing team to kind of make something stand out, eye-catching. But either way, I'm very curious to see what it looks like, what it tastes like, and then, of course, we're gonna give it that Beer Detour score. All right, mates, had to break out the bad boy here for this big gulp.
Hey guys! Oh, big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later.
From Australia, guys. Let's take a look and see what it looks like. Whoa! Whoa! Wow, Looks like that couldn't wait to come out. Just a side note, guys, probably don't shake up your Fosters before you attempt to pour it. Sadly, I made the mistake as a rookie. But look at this, guys. This is a really nice golden yellow, bright yellow color, almost like a Pilsner style color. Very clear, very bubbly. There wasn't too much of a head. It dissipated really quickly, the head on there. But let's get some aroma going. Let's see what it smells like here. Okay, so I get a little bit of a malty, of a malty Pilsner style aroma there. Okay, let's try out this bad boy from down under here. Foster's Lager, Australia's famous beer brand. Cheers, guys. Okay, so right off the bat, very light, very Pilsnery. In fact, it's a lager. It has the same notes, very barley, malty, crisp, clean. And no, I'm not describing some kind of laundry detergent there. This is a very, what I mean by clean is it's not hazy, it's very clear, it's very see-through, guys. It's very crisp, almost like a light beer, like a Bud Light or a Coors Light, in that same sort of zone there. I think this one actually has more flavor than those. It's very light in the ABV, or the alcohol percentage, 5%. It's not too much. I think that's a little bit more than like a Coors Light. I think those are like 4%, just so you can get a level there. This is in my wheelhouse. This is very nice. I like this. It has a good taste. It has a Pilsner sort of Czech taste to it. Some of the other imports that I've tried out have a similar taste, although those have been more, they've had more of a bitterness and more of a grainy, really a really grainy taste to them. This one is very clear, very clean cut, if that makes sense. It's easy drinking, I'll give it that, right guys? So this is very easy drinking. If you're worried about the taste of this, if you've tasted a Coors Light or a Bud Light, this has a little bit more flavor and it's pretty wild. Give this a shot, guys. I would recommend this to family and friends just because it's very odd. I'm gonna say if you do buy this, drink it very quickly. Let's go over and give this a beer detour score now, guys. All right, beer friends, it's now time to give this Foster's Lager a beer detour score. Now, I'm gonna be pretty fair. This is kind of imported, not really, based off of Texas, brewed in the US, but it has its heritage and its roots back on Australia, and I get that taste. Now, I've tried a couple of imported beers, some on this channel, and the more I drink them, the more I'm getting into those. You don't really see a lot of imported beers. Like I said, this one you'll find in a lot of places. If you guys are curious about imported beers, try them out because you'll never know until you try it out. And so that is what got me into doing this, this channel, is really wanting to try out different stuff, even stuff that I see every day. Like I said, it doesn't have to be especially handcrafted IPA, only a couple batches, hand brewed, everything like that in order for me to review it on this channel. It just has to be interesting. It just has to be new to me, and I want to share it to you guys. So for this one here, I like the taste. Very clean, very crisp, not too hoppy, not too bitter from what I'm used to and the kind of stuff that I'm into, which is the West Coast style IPAs. So I'm gonna give Foster's Lager, the Australia famous beer brand, a 7.9. So that's kind of around the range of some of the other imported beers that I've tried. Some of the other ones though have been a little bit more malty, a little bit more grainy, and a little bit more, let's just say fruity, citrusy, hazy. This one is very clean cut, very clear, easy drinking, and I like that from time to time. So like I said, it's not my favorite light beer, but it's not something that's too overwhelming. It's something that everyone can try out. All right, guys, I want to really thank everyone who's been watching my videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe, comment down below, share the video, like the video. It does help. Make sure you guys turn on your notifications, hit that bell, that way you're alerted every time a new video drops, which is every Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Check out my Instagram at beer.detour. Check out our Facebook. All the links are gonna be down below in the description. This one was really cool, guys. I am planning to try out more imported beer, more domestic beer, which means beer here from around the state of Washington, but also all the different states. We have a lot of new cool ideas coming out, new episodes coming out weekly. Check me out, check out the channel 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 out. Anyways, it's been a long day, guys. I will see you guys next time.
Did what I had to do, and this is enough for me. Never meant to be a winner, never meant to be a quitter, but this is our new satisfaction. Cheap thrills, cheap tricks. It seems like